Do we have to hit start or are they hitting start?
It's just, we just dance.
I'm not prepped for this time around.
Well, they've done a great job with the presentation.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I thought so.
We're just gonna wing it. Are we hitting start? We're live.
Hey, cool.
Right. So I think
we could just hang out for a bit.
I think that's what we should do.
I mean, we could do a live stream. There's so much to cover, though.
I just don't know that I'm ready for it.
No?
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of content.
It is a lot of content.
I don't know how anybody be ready for this much content.
I don't know. Pinehead is ready, though.
Yeah. He's looking good.
Who's he got? They've done a great job.
Yeah.
Well, so I think they were right there. I think we're live. Yeah.
Look at us.
I think Winnie popped in, said we're live. It might believe it.
This is like a full team effort. There's a lot to cover today. It's like a ton of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I think we're hearing ourselves.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Well, that's gonna be interesting. But we can't. Yeah, meet that. We're getting ready to get it started. We're just
professionals.
Yeah.
Professional.
We don't want to act like it's good until it's actually.
You see, you don't want to be too polished, or you turn people away.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
And so when we turn on the the presentation voices,
right.
That's when we're ready.
Yeah.
But I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think everybody's on the stream. They're good. It looks like chat's good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hello, chat room. We have YouTube chat going right now. We'll be monitoring that throughout the day. We've got PowerPoint slides to show you guys stuff. Yes, actual PowerPoint.
Yay!
Hey.
Oh,
you can't get better than PowerPoint.
We hate PowerPoints. That's why we do labs, interactive diagrams.
That's exactly
PowerPoints
it. The stuff we're going to be unveiling will be way cooler than PowerPoint.
Yeah, but you kind of do it. Or should we turn this on now?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, hold on a second. Hey everybody! I'm Anthony James, founder and CEO of LinuxAcademy.com, and
I'm Chris Elias Online, founder of Jupiter Broadcasting. Now a happy member of the Linux Academy family.
VP of Community.
Super excited to be doing all of this stuff. I actually flew in from Seattle to Texas so I could be here to do this because it is a huge deal. There's a whole team of people behind us making all this stuff.
Well, here's what's funny is every other time we've been recording from the office next door, and then yesterday we were just kind of like, we have a studio.
Yeah.
I wonder if we should use that for our live streams.
Yeah. It was busy. Somebody was occupying Pinehead.
Pinehead, man, that guy.
He's always recording.
He's always in there. Yeah. So
it's our Great 200.
It is. It's exciting. And I mean, here's the thing about this. The thing is about today is the Great 200 is more than just 200 because there is a lot of new features and platform updates that are actually going in to support these content launches.
Make it possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't subscribed to YouTube, what you have to do right now is you have to click on the subscribe button because I do the weekly update. And the weekly update has a lot of updates. And in fact, go to twitter.com/Anthony D for David, James, Anthony D. James, and subscribe there because what I've been doing is I've been talking about a lot of the platform updates. And it's insane how many we have going. In fact, we have about 29 developers right now working on what we call our Great Rewrite. So we have our Great 200 launch, but we have so many platform updates, and we're modernizing our platform to be a microservice, service-oriented architecture, so we can even develop faster. More. Oh yeah. And actually, I'm going to demo some of that stuff. But one of the really cool things that we have that's just come out is the Cloud Playground, which we'll talk about. And there's been a ton of updates just this week. Just beta. They're launching stuff almost every other day.
Yeah.
And then the single calls feature I think we have launched this year alone is instant labs for our learning activities. So as you guys know, we love, or as y'all know, I like to say y'all now, I'm in Texas.
That's right.
As y'all know.
I've been practicing too.
Yeah.
Fixing.
As y'all know, we're fixing to tell you what's going on today. As y'all know that we love hands-on. So that's why we do our interactive diagrams. We do the learning activities, which are hands-on labs. The problem is when you think about our hands-on labs, what it does is it deploys out pre-built resources, right? Because, you don't want to have to build the lab every single time you want to learn a specific concept.
Right.
You want to learn
packages, you got a server base image, all that stuff.
Even if it's just a cloud environment, you still have to, are you going to pre-build DynamoDB tables or what? It takes time.
Yeah.
So problem is with that is you click start, it might take 5 to 10 minutes. RDS resources take a little bit longer to deploy. And so who's got time for that?
Nobody.
Nobody. And by the time it's launched, lost interest. So we've launched something called Instant Labs. So regardless of the resources deployed, and in fact, I'm going to demo that here in a little bit.
All right.
Regardless of the resources deployed, you hit start, and then it goes whoop, and it's ready.
Wow.
It doesn't make that sound though. We should probably make it.
Could though.
It could.
People would love that.
I
don't think so.
I don't think they would. Yeah. So, and it launches it instantly. And the great news is, and we've been rolling it out slowly because it's a new function. all of our new learning activities today are launching with instant lab support.
Cool.
And currently 15% of all of our learning activities on the platform have it. We're going to get to 100% by the end of the year, probably by the end of the month, but we have over 1,400 hands-on labs. So that's a lot. We want to roll out, it's a new feature. We want to make sure it's good. And then bam, it's all there. So,
and that's all on top of 200 new bits of content, courseware, all that stuff. So it's, wow, that's a ton of stuff.
Lots of good stuff out there.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of people joining us today on the live stream. Why? Because we have a lot of content. Today's our first of 4 content launches, live shows. Make sure you join. Again, follow me on Twitter, connect on LinkedIn. I'm giving away a bunch of LPIC vouchers, lots of gems for our Swag for Gym store. You can buy Linux Academy Yetis, these hoodies, so on and so forth. And so today we are joined, Terry Cox and Thomas Hazlitt. What I'm going to let you do is I'm going to let you introduce your team. We have Terry Cox, who's our VP of Content, and Thomas Hazlitt, who is our VP of Curriculum Development. So, Terry, it looks like you are there first on the list. Why don't you take over and introduce who's on the live stream today? What training architects we have?
Good morning. Yes. Hi, everybody. And as Anthony mentioned, I'm Terry. One or two of you may know who I am. This morning, we're going to be talking to Ermin, who's going to be talking about the security course for the Certified Ethical Hacker certification preparation that we've got. And we'll also be talking about another security course, the LPIC 3 Exam 303, which will be Stosh Oldham. So those are the two on my team. Tom?
Hey, hello, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good day, enjoying the stream so far. We have lots of goodies coming your way throughout today and the rest of the live streams that we'll be having to announce everything as part of our Great 200 content launch here in November. So today we have several really cool courses that are coming out. So on the stream, we'll have Joseph Lowery, who's going to be announcing a brand new Google course, and then also Eric Frick, who's going to be announcing a brand new CompTIA certification course. So I probably people have already figured out what those are, but I will kind of hold with a little bit of suspense and wait until they get on and actually announce what those specific courses are.
So I don't know how many people know this, but we actually publish all of the launches that are happening in November and all of the launches that are happening in January on the site. And so you might want to go looking for it. It's out there. And real quick, part of our platform updates this fall is our brand new B2B based platform, right? So we want to have companies or help companies enable their teams to be able to learn at scale, whether you have private study groups, which is coming out this fall, or, our new cloud playground instant terminal now supports, it's 443. So if you launch an AWS or Azure environment and then you launch instances in there, your corporate network doesn't allow downloads, or it doesn't allow port 22 because it's a good corporate network, right? How do you get to it? Well, the instant terminal launches over port 443 and you can launch it through proxy.
That's cool.
And we'll take care of all of that for you. So
right
it's
there
all
in the browser,
compliance
right there in
the browser.
Oh,
yeah,
that is really cool. I've seen it. It's really neat. And it's pretty neat what's happening behind the scenes too when you click that link. It's good stuff.
Oh, it's well, and what's a new feature launched this week is geo-based instant terminals and geo-based web terminals for Cloud Playground.
Really?
So we have all these new kind of what we call zones where you can deploy this stuff out at.
Yeah.
But the latency doesn't work if you still have to go through there to get to it. It's all geo-based.
That's
so
cool.
it's really cool.
Wow, that's nice and fast. Well, should we warm up with a little trivia?
I mean, if you insist.
Warm up is a good way to put it too.
Yeah.
What's the standard temperature of a Google Cloud data center and why?
I see what you did there.
Warm up. And the correct answer in the YouTube chat room, get some gems. Just saying, there's a little reward, but I'd be curious to know if anybody in there actually knows the standard temperature.
It seems a little warm.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good hint. It's on the warmer side. It's warmer than you'd expect.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you think of it, you think like something that's chilled as much as possible, but there's an energy cost to that. And maybe it's not worth it.
So maybe they just open all the windows. I think that helps.
Have you seen Facebook has data centers in like some Arctic areas where they actually just bring in outside air, and
Microsoft has it underwater.
Yeah. Satya Nadella says that's the next big thing.
Facebook has a data center just up the street from us.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Should go hang out.
It's a huge facility.
That's cool, but it's not underwater cool.
No, it's also. I mean, once they start doing it in space, it'll be even better.
20 Celsius, 10 Celsius. Everybody's giving Celsius.
Yes,
of course.
Oh, we don't have a calculator on there.
You would think that they would actually probably do it. 30 Celsius, 5 Celsius, 60 65 degrees.
Well, so
The range is in there.
Peter just said 65. So
That's
is that
what I would have
Celsius
guessed.
or Fahrenheit?
I'm guessing. I hope it's
Now
Fahrenheit.
we don't know.
I hope it's Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
I would guess 65. That
Yeah,
would be my guess. If somebody were to ask me, oh, look at Mark's coming in. Mark, right there. We're having a
Mark
nails it.
Mark, that's it.
80 degrees to save energy.
Seems warm.
Yeah.
Seems warm.
I've also read a study that shows that drives handle better heat than you'd think. Like they can get hotter than you would expect. So maybe it makes sense.
I just wouldn't want to work in there at 80 degrees. I would
No.
just say, I'm good. Please.
Maybe when you sneak into the data center, you turn it up
Yeah.
and then you sneak out.
How
All right.
come costs go up every time you work?
You know what we're really here for, though?
Announcements.
Yeah, we're
more
really here for announcements. It starts with kind of a really big one.
Yeah.
I should let you do the honors.
I guess.
Yeah.
Eric, are you ready?
I sure am.
Maybe let Eric do the honors.
Eric, do you want to announce it?
Oh, by all means, you do the honors.
No. All right. So let me get announcing the CompTIA Cloud Plus certification course that you can take even if you don't take our new rebuilt Cloud Essentials certification course. Eric, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, this looks great.
So this really is a logical extension of the Cloud Essentials class. It really goes a lot deeper and a lot broader. There's really a broad base of material here. And one of the unique things about this class is it's a vendor neutral kind of certification. So it concentrates on cloud-based operations. There's 5 major sections to the class. In the first section, you talk about deployment and how you can ready your organization for cloud deployment, talking about requirements and testing and on all the different types of basic networking components and storage components. It's really a broad base. And then the class moves into security, which is the second section. And you talk about data classification, authentication and multi-factor authentication and encryption standards, intrusion protection systems and intrusion prevention systems. So again, if you see the common theme, there's a lot of technology included in here. The next section is on management, where you talk about the establishing a service level agreement with your cloud service provider, and also what happens when things change and you need to renegotiate that cloud service agreement. Also talk about management in the next section with service level agreements and cloud storage components. There's also a section on disaster recovery and business continuity and the importance of establishing those recovery point objectives and recovery time objectives. So if you're sensing a theme here, it's a very broad-based course, but it's really ideal for companies that are going into the cloud, and then what happens after you move to the cloud and those cloud-based operations. There's a section on maintenance where you talk about managing different cloud-based resources like CPU and memory and storage, and how you can forecast those resources and meet those things on the fly, which is really unique to the cloud. And then the last major section of this class, we talk about troubleshooting, and CompTIA has a standard troubleshooting methodology that they prescribe, which is a 6-step method. And they talk about, we describe different things with respect to troubleshooting. What are common operations you have in the cloud? And what are some of the things that you can automate with automation and orchestration? So really the ideal student for this is somebody who's involved in operations, probably also development and management, but you really need to have a background. CompTIA recommends you have 24 to 36 months of data center operations experience, and you really need a basic understanding of network topologies to be successful in this class. So as you can see, it's really a lot of material.
That is fantastic. Thanks for that overview on there. And what we're going to do real quick is, by the way, we've seen a lot of requests. Somebody requested the Amazon ECS. What I'll say is that's not launching on this live stream, but you should probably come to our other live streams this month.
Could be something to see.
Yeah,
maybe.
pretty kind of theme. We have kind of a theme when we do our live streams a little bit. So maybe we have something. Eric, I appreciate that. It's so excited. I know you're kind of relatively new on Linux Academy staff, so we're glad to have you. You did the Cloud Essentials, CompTIA Cloud Essentials refresh last quarter, and then the CompTIA Cloud Plus.
Yeah.
And we are actually one of the few remaining. CompTIA doesn't accept new partners. And so we're one of the few partners that we are still partnered with CompTIA. So you can get, I think we have exam vouchers, discounts for it, and stuff like that. So let's jump on the next one. This has been a highly requested one forever. as I recall. And so it's the LPIC 3 Exam 303 Linux Security Preparation Course.
Yes.
Stosh, Bud, you have so many fans from your Ansible course. So why don't you just jump in, say hello, and then talk a little bit about your LPIC 3 Security Prep course.
Hey there. Happy to be here. So yeah, LPIC 3 is definitely on the higher end of the LPIC scale. It's a tough cert. Make sure you're prepped with the LPIC 2 before you jump into this one. Otherwise, you might be in for a tough time. What we do is we go just like Terry has done in the past on all the LPIC, and as Kenny's doing, we break the objective list down piece by piece, and we talk through the objectives. With the depth and breadth of this course, we really highlight only the things you might face on the test. So don't come in necessarily expecting to get a full breakdown of DNS, let's say. You're going to have to pick that up in LPIC 2. So I do talk about things like DNSSEC. I talk about disk encryption. We go through IP tables, NATing, a lot of authentication, free IPA, all the objectives. We hit the security highlights, and I try to go deep where possible. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We got a bunch of learning activities in there to kind of reinforce some of those skills and get you prepped for the test.
That is fantastic. Now, real quick, for those who were maybe waiting for a different LPIC 3 course, perhaps again, join us for our next couple live streams this week and next week. Maybe we have some fun things to show you.
Picking up a theme.
Picking up a theme a little bit. Now, actually, I'm going to do the little quick thing here real quick. So if my screen is sharing, and I think it is.
Yeah, I know, right? We don't know.
Not sure.
People tell us things.
Yeah.
We assume they are.
Yeah, I'm hoping. So this is kind of the new cloud playground. And I know our Linux content uses our hands-on stuff, right? When we can't do hands-on, we use interactive diagrams. And when we can, we always use Cloud Playground. Everything has learning activities. So as you can kind of see, the new Cloud Playground comes with instant terminals. You can instantly launch an SSH terminal.
Yeah.
It's now coming with sandbox cloud consoles, as we call it. So it's kind of it's the environment that is the most kind of most permissions that you have. You can deploy it out and play in it. Now, cool thing is Azure's launching at the end of the year. And we have a working proof of concept for Google Labs. We're looking at launching those full support for our training architects on December 17th. So maybe Q1, we can expect a lot of Google Labs, which means you can expect a Google Cloud Console too.
Sure. Oh boy.
Oh yeah. And so what's really cool about the new cloud servers is not only do I have the ability to change my own custom tags on running servers, but I get a lot of feedback. I have logging going on here. I can open up a terminal here. I have different actions to do stuff. Now, if you ever notice, we also have units now. Because you have 9 units, which means you can launch 9 smaller servers that we have, or you can actually pick
a zone.
Well, yeah, it'll keep the same zone as all my other ones, but we do have like South Asia, all that kind of good stuff, Australia. But you can now choose, let's get this computer to work.
Your size, your zone.
I gotta select my distribution first.
CentOS.
You can select your size.
Yeah.
And so your units can determine. So if you go in the smaller size, you can have up to 9 kind of smaller microservers, but if you want a larger one. And we design the units based to make sure that you have enough to take any content on Linux Academy as the training architects use it. So there's a lot of flexibility to replacing your home lab. I kind of like it for my cloud lab. So
this is so great for exactly that. Replace the lab at home and experiment and use your infrastructure to do it.
Yeah. Well, and you can see here, I'm actually going through this setup is going through Kubernetes, the hardware course. I'm trying to do Kubernetes on the Raspberry Pi. I'm like, I'm going to learn Kubernetes first.
Right.
And so this is actually my setup here. I have all of the real kind of great stuff going. So I just want to take a moment and show you kind of those awesome updates.
You even put a workstation in there, huh?
Well, I did because so for me, I move across. I have work computer, I have home computer, then I have laptop.
That's a good idea.
And I don't keep the same one, believe it or not. Sometimes I'm on my gaming machine and I want to get on and do it. So what I do is I use this as a workstation.
Perfect.
So I install my software on there.
One steady state.
Open up the terminal and I'm done. So it's easy. There's no barrier to entry when I'm like, I got 20 minutes, I'm going to learn.
And you're not messing with one of your own machines. So
well,
that's really nice.
What's really cool when I started learning Kubernetes the hard way is because we do a lot of ECS, I was like, man, when I need to really understand some of the terminology, pod, service, yada, yada, yada. So I actually opened up the mobile app, started going through the flashcards first, memorized the terminology. So then I was set to go. And so that was a different approach to learning. It was actually really cool taking our content that way.
And a good use of the mobile app too. That's perfect for that.
Yeah. And so mobile app is going to be like, we have offline video playing. mobile apps getting, with all of our kind of rewrite, we're getting all of the APIs. So, you know, you may see Cloud Playground on the mobile app.
Oh yeah,
coming.
really?
New study groups are coming, like new Linux Academy community and study groups with mobile support this month. So we got a lot going on. It's pretty exciting.
We got another announcement too. You ready for more?
Yeah, ready for more. So one question, just wondering why Playground is limited to 9 instances. So it's,
I guess.
Yeah.
9 seems like a lot, but
yeah,
okay.
Well, it is a lot, and it's more than you need on any of our courses. So Cloud Playground supports whatever is required to take Linux Academy content. Also, you got to understand there's a cost associated with this. It's included in your membership, but you know,
you have to make enough resources available for all the other students too.
You gotta have enough resources available. There's costs associated. Then you have all the other stuff. So if you think about all the content, all the training architects, all the labs, all the Cloud Playground, you know, it's actually a lot of costs. I mean, we spend a lot in our lab platform. So there's
a surprising amount of server infrastructure behind it.
Oh yeah,
like a surprising amount.
I mean, we have over 20,000 virtual machines managed by our cloud. Well, cloud servers, Cloud Playground is the new migration, so it's up to like 2,000 now.
See what I'm saying?
There's a lot going on.
The numbers are bigger than you'd definitely expect.
I mean, it's the amount of terabytes of storage too is kind of insane.
Kind of want to see it.
Oh, well, I'll show it to you.
All right.
All right. So let's go on to the next one. Joseph, are you ready? We are launching the Google Kubernetes engine deep dive. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about it, Joseph.
Well, greetings everybody from Kuber, Brooklyn. We decided to change the name of the town just, you know, because this is important. So in the Google Kubernetes engine deep dive, I start out by demystifying Kubernetes, really explaining containerization, orchestration, going into the architecture of clusters and pods, and of course, the heart of it, Kubernetes itself, and the clusters. I take a lot of time to explore the architecture, because I found that in my discussions with people that there's a lot of confusion as to the way that it's really set up. So we do spend a good amount of time dealing with clusters. I show you a couple of ways to spin them up, go through all the customization steps, how to scale both the cluster and the app, how to upgrade so you're keeping current with the versions as they roll out, and of course, deleting clusters because there's a big cost factor involved here, and you want to make sure, especially during testing and development, that you are on top of that. With every computing system these days, and especially with Kubernetes, secure access is vital. So I do cover the integration with Cloud IAM, as well as Kubernetes specific concepts like role-based access control and pod security policies. Equally, networking is crucial. So we do dive into how it integrates with Google Cloud's VPC, as well as show you how to set up external and internal load balancers, establishing network policies, and even private clusters. And then as the rest of the course continues, I'll cover stateful apps and show how to set up the persistent disks that you'll need, as well as connecting to the vast array of Google Cloud services. It's not all one technique. So if you are trying to connect to something specific like Cloud SQL, you need to know how to do that as opposed to going to Cloud PubSub. I touch on GKE Prem, which is Google Cloud's new service. Not quite there yet, but it's so exciting. I felt I really had to include it and prep it for what's coming. And then we close out with looking at Stackdriver for Kubernetes, which is a recently unveiled monitoring service that combines a whole range of panels and makes it easy for you to see really what's going on with all of your clusters that are running on Kubernetes engine, whether they're on-prem, in hybrid cloud, or on Google Cloud itself.
We're just Joseph. That's awesome. I appreciate it. We're actually kind of smiling at some of the conversation inside the chat. You know, and Kubernetes really kind of empowers a lot, and we think it's kind of really important, and it's pretty big, large content focus in Q3 and Q4 at Linux Academy in terms of that. Now, what's really awesome about all of this is we're not even done with announcements this month, and we are already the largest hands-on Linux and cloud training provider in terms of content library. there is that exists. And I don't know how many people know this, but you can rate every single piece of content all the way down to a quiz question on Linux Academy. And our training architects are always watching that. We do a lot of stuff to make sure our stuff is updated. There's a lot of back-end tools and whatnot. But the thing is we pull content if it's below a specific satisfaction rating. We don't keep it out there. We just like, hey, it's got to go. And I think our average video rating through all of our entire content launches this year is like 97, 98%. Terry, you might have to correct me if I'm wrong. And considering the fact that statistically speaking, 5% of all people hate you, that's pretty good.
Yeah, at least on the internet, it could be higher.
Yeah, could be higher. Could be higher. So that's pretty good. So training architects, you've done a great job. This is really, really fantastic stuff. So Google Kubernetes Engine deep dive. Now, what you might be saying is that's great, but what I really want to know is, there's automated scripts for deploying Kubernetes. I can use it in the cloud, but really what I want to know is Kubernetes the hard way.
How does it really work?
So Will Boyd, why don't you tell us about the course that you finished a month early? And so we went ahead and launched it. So we're like, if we have completed courses, we got to get it to our students. We don't just sit on it.
This is the official launch, but it's already been
official launch. Yeah. But Will Boyd, tell us a little bit about Kubernetes the hard way.
Yeah, so Kubernetes the hard way it's a learning exercise that's designed to kind of get you behind the scenes and behind the curtain when it comes to Kubernetes. And what the course does is it takes you step by step through the process of manually installing and configuring a Kubernetes cluster. So normally in the real world, you're going to use something like kubeadm to quickly and easily set up your cluster. But in Kubernetes the hard way, we do everything manually. And the purpose of that is just to get you familiar with the different components of the cluster and really get you a deeper understanding of how Kubernetes works behind the scenes.
I just see a request in there, Terry and Tom, that we should have a learning path for Kubernetes, and I think one's in the work that we might be pushing out. So made a quick note to check on that, and I think you can probably expect that. Now, Will, great job on Kubernetes the hard way course. Now, real quick, whoever saw that.
Don't tease yet.
I did it again.
It's a sneak peek.
If you don't know, what we have done is we have launched the new Learning Center. All right. So we have advanced search launch coming out this month. New user profiles coming out this month. But on the Learning Center, we wanted to make it possible for you to find the latest content, to find content by training architect, to find content by certification. So what we've done is we've launched the Learning Center. And you can see here's latest content, Google Kubernetes Engine, deep dive, Kubernetes the hard way. And it shows all that stuff associated with it. I can view all, see all of my recent launches. Now this is going to get bigger as we move on this year. And I can also see by certification prep, Docker Certified Associate Prep Course, Certified Kubernetes Administrator, LPI DevOps Tools Engineer.
That looks so clean. I love that art.
Now, one of my favorites here is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to click on, and you can even search by learning activities now. Since learning activities are independently consumable, it's not just courses. You can find all of our content through the new Learning Center and advanced search.
You had them add that just for you.
Yeah, I did. I love learning activities. They're my favorite. But so if I take a look at this DevOps pipeline, and this is actually something that Will Boyd did as well. What I want to do is I want to demonstrate the instant lab that's happening here. So this deploys out something like 4 or 5 virtual machines as part of the lab. Now, if I click on Start Activity, guess what? They're already deployed.
Wow, that is
bam.
That is great. So right there, you can get the connect. There's the information.
Yep. Now you can connect. This opens up a terminal right there. If I click on that, it takes me right into it logs me in to the actual CI. Let's test it. Let's make sure it works. Let's see what happens.
Boom.
I'm logged in.
Terminal in the browser. Look at that.
I'm logged in.
That is so fast.
Now, every single one also comes with instant terminal because why? I don't know. Maybe I deployed something I want to connect to. SSH user at whatever, and I can launch here.
Yeah.
If I need to add a PEM key because I'm in an AWS lab, I can just run see that right there. It just says add key.
Nice. I
can add the PEM key. So lots of great tools, and this is really great for B2B because again, you should be blocking a lot of stuff.
Right.
And some of them are getting a little crazy on how they block too. Right. So, but let's go back to trivia.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What do you call the process of automating tasks related to the management, deployment, and scaling of container applications? So that's a big one. What do you call the process of automating tasks related to the management, deployment, and scaling of container applications?
I call it writing a small shell script to replace you.
I call Chris, goes to Docker Hub, searches for the application he's looking for, does it all very manually.
Hopefully somebody already did it.
Yes.
And then we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Or he asks somebody, hey, could you make this for me? No, there's other ways to do it. It's a big topic. You'll hear the term all the time, and it's one of those sort of nebulous terms that you hear mentioned, and it could mean very specific things depending on which tool set you use. We have some answers coming in. Boom.
Well, first, we have somebody asking to buy 4 golden Yetis. And the answer is yes, if you have 40,000 gems.
Really?
Yeah.
Those
Special
Yetis, they're big. Those are great. Those are huge down here.
Looks like
Wow.
Jay.
Wow.
Jay, I didn't see the name as it went up.
Yeah,
Jay
we got a lot of
something.
answers coming in. Yeah, you guys nailed that one. It's orchestration.
It is orchestration.
Yeah, nailed that.
If you didn't know, you should take some content on linuxacademy.com where we teach you about orchestration.
Yeah, I just want the gems. That's all I care about these days. I'm all about the gems. Well, that and the announcements.
Yeah. Is Ben here? Ben, I don't see you. Are you on there?
We get Ben today?
I am indeed.
Hello, Ben.
There he is. Ben, Google Cloud Certified Associate Engineer. Now, we launched this early on, but why don't you go ahead and tell us about the official launch here and what's going on in it?
Yeah, I'm super excited. We did do a early beta because it was asked for. So this is kind of cool. It's Google's first associate exam. And because of that, it was kind of a fun opportunity to not think about things from the pro level, but kind of dial it back. This exam really focuses on hands-on cloud ops. They want to know that you understand how to deploy across compute engine, Kubernetes engine, cloud functions, app engine, all the engines basically. We cover PubSub, Stackdriver. It's kind of a fun course. We create a series of microservices and deploy them throughout the course. So it was a lot of fun to make. Hopefully the students will enjoy watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. And I threw in a lot of Easter eggs, so you guys will see some weird and funny stuff throughout the course. Ping us on Slack when you see that, because it's always good to hear your feedback.
Well, speaking of Slack, if you're not on the Slack community, it's, I think, linuxacademy.slack.com. If not, it's on the community tab. You can click it. Join the Slack community. There's like 6,000 people on there, which is pretty insane. Now, Ben, one thing that we want to recognize here is that this has interactive diagrams and stuff, but we just don't have any hands-on labs for this. So Q1 will probably be our training architect team on Google going back, since we will have Google Labs, yay, and adding learning activities.
I see. Yeah, that'll will be great.
Yeah. Tom, did I speak out of turn there? I'm correct in saying that, aren't I?
I'm going to say you are correct. You know, things are always change, and we're always working on the roadmap. But yes, our plan is, once we get Google Labs up and running, is to populate all the existing certification courses with learning activities for Google, so we can support you guys that want to learn Google in the hands-on fashion that we're able to support all the other content pillars that we have. So that is always our number one goal: continue building out everything in a hands-on fashion as much as we can. So that is going to be our priority as soon as we can get to it.
Awesome. Now, Ermin, I hope you're ready here, because I think back in April, we launched a brand new security section. And now this month, we're launching, I believe, 3 security-specific certifications.
Awesome.
So let's go through our first one, which we did soft launch already, which is our Certified Ethical Hacker Certification Linux Academy prep course. Okay, this is our prep course for that certification. Ermin, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So the course is mainly of informative nature. It is meant to basically vaccinize you against a very wide range of threats. It will teach you how your own behavior in everyday life and your work habits basically make you into a victim, into a desirable target. And it will go over the entire penetration testing process. We'll basically dissect it. We will see how you can actually conduct reconnaissance, footprinting, find a point of entry. Once you find a point of entry, create network topologies within the company, and then see what services are running, what operating systems are there, and then you can proceed on to basically exploit them until you gain full ownership of the system. One of the other things that we will actually take a look in the course is the legal side of things, and how to always stay legal, and how to not basically fall victim to a lot of pitfalls there. I want you all to remember, when you're watching this live stream, that while you're actually going through the course, you do have a metric ton of content there. You have videos, you have some labs, you have 400 plus flashcards, you have a metric ton of quizzes. you have a practice exam, etc., etc. But your number one resource is actually the community and the community Slack. So please feel free to reach out to me and to pretty much all the other instructors. If you contact me via Slack, you will actually be able to communicate with me live. If you post a question in the community section, we can talk. I can help you out. If you need any sort of additional explanations, feel free to ask. We are always there. We're always answering. You're not just a number, and we do care about what you think as a student. And if you follow us, you'll basically see a metric ton of new security content coming out and being posted on Linux Academy as well.
That's, first off, Ermin, well said, by the way, completely well said. And the thing is that Slack you're talking about, the security channel, it's relatively new, but there's a lot of people in there. There has been some amazing feedback for this certified ethical hacker course already since we launched it. Right. So jump in there, and you are always on there interacting with those students. And I'm always really impressed with how much you're online. I almost wonder if you're a robot sometimes. But
actually, there was a discussion in the security channel. Whether I was a bot or not.
Maybe he is. Maybe he wrote that.
When I'm seeing 149 course lessons, I'm thinking he had to be a bot or a robot of some kind. That's a ton. This is great.
400 flashcards. I'm gonna mobile app that up and flashcard it.
That's what I was just thinking.
That is awesome. And you can fork it too. So if you don't want all 400, you can fork it.
Very impressed. I'm excited about the security stuff. Really excited about the security stuff.
We got, I think, 2 more security specific, like non-vendor specific security certifications launching this month too. Today we have a vendor specific one that's already launched, but we're going to talk about it. Let's go to the next trivia.
Yeah, I need some more gems. I'm trying to skim some gems here. So
you want that golden Yeti.
Yeah, that's right. You bet. This one's actually kind of topical in its theme. Someone who is paid by an organization to carry out a simulated attack on a computer system in order to evaluate the security posture of that system is known as a what?
Well, as they're talking about it, we got some questions. Now, some of the CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker, has some hands-on labs on it. Now, we have a top secret project going on around security labs, I think starting in a month or so, that I'm not going to tell you anything about.
Well, how top secret is if you're telling me right now?
It's pretty top secret.
Okay, so it's only semi-top secret now.
We believe in hands-on, so we want to build everything. So it's reasonable to expect that we got some cool stuff coming.
Yeah.
So interesting enough, nobody's got. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
wait. Edwin. Yeah. So I don't know who got it first.
I see James in there. It's all right. Let's reveal. We'll reveal.
It is penetration tester.
I feel like ethical hacker. We kind of set that up, so it would be kind of true too. But
I like how they said ethical hacker. So if you're just a hacker, you're not ethical.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe you're a gray hat. Yeah, penetration tester. I actually
like a Jedi, like a gray Jedi. You're not good. You're not bad. You kind of just.
That's how I saw myself. I was a penetration tester for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Did some pen testing, and it was a lot of fun. Speaking of fun.
Speaking of security.
Yeah.
You guys know we had it, but it is completely launched, officially hard launched here. AWS certified security specialty. Is Adrian on? It's like 4 o'clock in the morning where he is. So I'm going to go with no.
He's not on. I gave him a reprieve and figured let's not have him be up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning his time because he's busy working on some other AWS courseware that is extremely important. So I'm being a proxy for him today on this course. And so I mean this was launched I think officially about sometime in the middle of September. So it's been out for a little while, but we're just rounding out our AWS content with the specialty exams, and the security specialty was one that we had to complete in order to get a certification course up for every single AWS certification exam that is currently on the market. So this is our latest one. So Adrian Cantrill did an amazing job with the video lessons along and accompanied with the AWS security runbook, the interactive diagram for this particular course, which is really intricate and awesome and a great companion for all things security in AWS. We also have 12 learning activities associated with this course, which Mark Richmond, one of our newer AWS course authors, put together over the summer, which are fantastic in depth and really focus on some really cool and amazing security features in AWS. So I highly suggest that if you're someone that is looking to really up your game in AWS security, jump into that course. It's going to give you everything that you need to learn the basic concepts of the fundamentals of security in AWS, a lot of the advanced features, and of course, the learning activities give you everything you need from a hands-on experience so you can actually get in there, get your hands dirty, and become a security expert in AWS and go pass the exam.
Yeah, and we've already had a lot of passes for this as
Oh, yeah?
well. Oh yeah, it was a lot of passes for that. And yeah, so I think that's it for our announcements. We have some stuff to give away. Maybe we have some. Let's go to the next one here. Just as a quick recap, we have a ton of going on. This isn't a recap. This is stuff that we launched last quarter as a quick recap. So you have implementing a full CI/CD pipeline, which is super awesome. Google Cloud Platform Professional Data Engineer was launched. Chef Basic Fluency certification was launched. Salt Stack Certified Engineer launched. If you don't want to go for the certification, we also have the Salt Stack Deep Dive.
Nice.
Then super popular one, Red Hat Certified Specialist in Ansible. Lots of passes with that, Stosh, as well.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
And then the OpenStack Foundation Certified OpenStack Administrator was launched. And to go as another recap, let's just keep going here so everybody can kind of see this. Cloud Playground Beta is available. Everything that we said today on the live show is available right now. You got to opt into it, right? You go to the Linux Academy course listing page on the top right. It says Try New Linux Academy. Click that, opt you into it. On cloud servers, if you go on there, there's a thing right at the top that says opt into Cloud Playground. Caveat, you have to delete all your virtual machines first before you can opt into it. So you may want to finish what you're doing.
Get on the new infrastructure.
Yeah. Well, we're working on backup. So how cool would that be to be able to save your work and maintain state and move on to something else? So lots of cool stuff on there. The Instant Terminal, the Cloud Consoles, these are great B2B features. If your team needs training, connect with us. We'll get it on there. Your company can pay for all of your team and coworkers to train on there, and we'll just do all the work for you. And then let's keep going. Questions?
Yeah, really for the chat room. This is for
you
guys.
Anticlimactic. I did not play that well.
Yeah. We could just we can just sort of ease into that one. Let everybody know this is your moment to shine in the chat room. If you got a question, we're watching it.
Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm giving away like $1,000 worth of LPIC vouchers, if not more. A ton of gems. So for those of you who are wanting to maybe go for a Golden Yeti, I'm going to be giving away a ton of gems, maybe some trivia on there. Basically for anybody who interacts and retweets some of the stuff I'm posting about a lot of new features, going to be really, really grateful. Really liberal this month.
Nice.
Probably the way of putting it.
Nice. Yeah. That will be a good one to follow. I'll mention too, you can get more of Will Boyd, our Kubernetes the Hard Way course author, on the TechSnet program. He sat down with us and we had a great conversation around it. It was right before the course launched too, so you just finished, and it was a great chat. techsnap.systems to check that out.
So, and let's talk a little bit about that, because Jupiter Broadcasting is part of Linux Academy now.
Yep.
And which shows are currently going on, and how is that integrating with some of the content we have going on, or some of our course authors, or maybe somebody just wants to stay up to date on what's happening?
Well, definitely. I mean, the first thing you can do is linuxactionnews.com, our weekly open source news podcast. Really kind of just tight and focused, about 30 minutes, get you in, get you out, everything you need to know about going on that week. We also have those shows, though, that bring on some of our course authors that go deeper into their subjects, like Kubernetes, like OpenStack, like Google Cloud. We've been doing a lot of that recently, bringing them on and just sort of complementing the courseware that's available here at Linux Academy. So we have some shows that cover areas that a lot of you are learning about already, and they're very topical, so you can stay up to date on the current developments of those technologies. So it's a really nice fit. Find them all at jupiterbroadcasting.com.
We got a lot of questions going on here. Is Linux Academy more than just Linux? So Linux Academy, we train on anything that Linux runs on or runs on Linux. Considering the fact that basically Azure is going to be a Linux platform, 50% of virtual machines on Azure are Linux.
Sometimes 80%, up to 60, yeah.
80% on AWS. So we got the largest cloud training library for Google. We just hired 4 more Azure training architects. We have, and I think Ben's working on one of those courses, we have the new Azure certification courses in development to launch before the beginning of the new year.
Yeah.
All of the courses announced today, somebody asked if they're updated. Number one, if they're not updated, we don't like keeping it out there. Number two, everything launched today is a brand new, up to date, all the standards. Get on it, man. Yeah.
And you could see there really is the essential Linux knowledge that you have to know, and then there's the platforms that it runs on that a lot of you have to use for work. And it's great to cover all of that, I think.
Somebody said, I'm still wondering how Jupiter Broadcasting can be used via LA. Now, we just merged kind of, right?
Still new, really.
Yeah, we're in the middle of our great rewrite, so we have stuff going on. So, there's a lot of product research that has to be done. What's the best way to implement? What's the best way to integrate? How can we provide the value? So lots of stuff coming over the next year. And in fact, that's one of the reasons that you're here is to talk about some of the awesome things that we're going to do.
Yeah. Right now, though, it's been just great because we've been able to keep all the shows going and even grow them and improve them, bring on some staff. So we've been taking care of the essentials right now.
Yeah, and you have somewhere like 400,000.
Oh yeah.
Unique downloads a month. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty great. We're the largest Linux and open source podcast in the world.
Yeah. Associated with the largest Linux and cloud training hands-on library in the world. So
it's a good time to be in Linux in general, either from the content side or from the consuming side where you're learning and using it in production. It's the golden era of Linux right now.
Yeah. So, we have a lot of questions. Any plans for IBM and Oracle Cloud? You guys can go to linuxacademycom.ideas.aha.io and vote on it. So we do a lot of market research around what our current customers are looking for and a lot of the upcoming trends. And, we want to make sure that we're impactful for what our students are looking for. So you can vote on there. We take it into account in our content strategy. Honestly, if it's not coming through from our B2B customers and our students, it's hard to build. It costs a lot of money to build a course, and it's hard to throw it on the roadmap if nobody wants to consume it is one of those things. So, make sure you vote on that. BSD Academy at Linux Academy. You do have a BSD podcast.
You never know. There could be some BSD courseware one day.
LPIC does have a BSD certification.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Yep. There you go. The link to submit your ideas is in the chat room right now if you want to check that out. It's always a good way to get in. If you want something on the radar, that's where you do it.
How do we stack up with Cloud Guru? That's funny.
I don't have any comment on that. No.
Just what I'll just say is just compare it. If you want hands-on, nobody stacks up with Linux Academy.
I suggest you try out the free 7-day trial and answer it for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I think we launched more content. Linux. We have an amazing team.
I can't believe this 200 number.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So this year alone has been over 500 so far.
Yeah. This is a huge year.
We said 150 in July, and it was like 280.
Mm-hmm.
So we're saying 200, and it's going to be almost 300. So check us out. Check out Linux Academy. Great stuff going on. We've been around for 6 years. 6 years. So we got a lot going on. Hey, anybody on any of our training architects, Tom, Terry, you guys want to say anything? What's going on there? Anybody want to answer up questions?
Yeah.
Check the room. We kind of recapped already, really. We do that throughout the show. We're kind of recappers. We do that. That's a big launch.
I've been posting answers to questions. I have for those who asked for a Google, or rather for a Kubernetes learning path, I have one queued up and ready to go. So they'll be seeing that shortly. We've been posting the voting board and interacting with students, but I think you guys have covered most of it. So great job.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. Black Friday question, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week. Who knows what it is? It's it's already started in some stores. So I don't know what to call it. Like
Thanksgiving sale? I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. But here's the deal. I think it's reasonable to expect that we're going to offer something. And the other side of that is when you sign up for it, don't ever click the cancel button because, fun fact, if you sign up at Linux Academy as an individual member and you never click that cancel button
and you get the sale price,
you will never have higher pricing.
Locks in that price.
It locks in
forever.
We have when we first launched in March of 2012, we had a blog and we had 3 people sign up. We still have people on the $5 a month plan because we've been here 6 years. You know what I mean?
That is some value.
So we grandfather individuals. We love y'all. We've invested a lot in the platform. Costs have gone up. We've expanded content libraries. We're expanding more in 2019. So, our cost reflects what it is to do business today. I don't think the price is going to change, but if you lock in on a promo, we are going to offer less promos going forward. So make sure you lock in on Cyber Monday. It'll be offered to our existing members, I'm sure, and new members. Make sure you lock in and you stay in that grandfather pricing because it will never change as long as you don't hit that cancel button. Did you hit that cancel button and you want to come back 2 months later?
It's like hitting reset.
It's hitting the reset button.
Yeah.
Your progress is still there, but the pricing is not going to change. That's how we reward our long-term students. We like to say thank you.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. I think I'm done. Are you done?
Yeah, sure. We could be done.
Yeah,
we could be done. We have so much more too. We have more live streams that are coming too that we should probably let people know about. So there's more stuff to check out soon. We have all of that posted, right? linuxacademy.com/live.
/live. Yeah.
So go check that out. Also, one plug, we got to plug the mobile app.
Well, so the thing is, though, is the reason we haven't talked about our mobile app as much before is, you know, Linux Academy being 6 years old was built as a monolith, right? It didn't have a lot of APIs. Really what we built is what our students needed at the time. It was just 3 of us for a little while. But we have an amazing team that's rewritten all of our platform. We have APIs coming out. We have B2B based APIs for reporting, XAPI integration, hopefully coming soon.
It's all big stuff.
Big stuff. And so now that's all available, right, to our team. So now our mobile devices are going to be tremendous. So they're really a companion now to really help you stay engaged and keep learning. And, you know, learn in the doctor's office. You know, if you got a Tesla autopilot, don't do that.
No, don't.
Don't do that.
But the bus, the train, subway,
airplane, you have offline access, both iOS and Google. You can download videos offline. You can do your flashcards. You can, study groups is coming. That's actually going to be a super cool one, is you're going to have groups on there. So make sure you download that on your mobile device and get it on there. Hit a 5-star for our developers on there. They actually communicate with all the feedback stuff. So we got a great team.
It's looking good. It's looking good. You ready for the next one?
Ready for the next one. The live stream is on, what's the Thursday, November 8th at 10:30 a.m. Same time. New AWS and new Docker content, and more containers. Hence the theme going on there. AWS container stuff too. And we'll be joined by Mark, Craig, Fernando, Tia, and Travis. I think we might have some data stuff in there too. Maybe a little bit of data thrown in there.
I am looking forward to this one. And I saw some people in the chat room, they're looking forward to this stuff too. So check it out, linuxacademy.com/live on Thursday.
We'll see you then. Somebody hit the
we're done
button. Yeah.